Greetings and welcome. Fly Williams was a streetball legend in Brooklyn, an untamable talent who fizzled in the pros, wrestled a bear for a paycheck, and is one of my many favorite characters in basketball. The American Basketball Association, the ABA, was a wild league, but the wildest team of them all was the Spirits of St. Louis, and Fly Williams was not even the wildest character on the team. Fly is listed number 2 on the 50 greatest street ballers of all time by the Street Basketball Association. He was recruited by Leonard Hamilton to Austin Peay, or the P, as Fly would call it. Bob Costas, whose first job out of college was doing radio for the Spirits of St. Louis, tells a fantastic story of when Fly was recruited by Austin Peay. He got on a plane to New York and flew to Austin, Texas. That is where he figured Austin Peay had to be. When he got off the plane, he said to the first guy he saw, "Hey, where's the P, man?" Heaven only knows what the man thought Fly was asking. Anyway, Fly then called his coach and said he was in Austin, Texas, and "There's no P here, man." The coach started telling him that Austin Peay was in Clarksville, Tennessee, and started routing him from Austin to Clarksville. Fly became confused and said, "No, man, I'm going home." Then he flies back to New York, called his coach again from LaGuardia Airport, and flew from LaGuardia to Clarksville. Fly would light up the Ohio Valley Conference for 2 years. Fans would line up for hours to get tickets, and he inspired the greatest crowd chant in basketball history: "The Fly is open, let's go P." By Fly's junior year, his problems with his coach got worse, and his value to the pros had dropped to the extent that only the Spirits of St. Louis would sign him. Spirits head coach Bob McKinnon said the first time he saw Fly was in the NCAA tournament when he was playing for Austin Peay. Fly took a shot from the corner, missed it, and screamed he was fouled. When there was no call, he lay down on the court in the middle of the game. McKinnon, who was then a scout for Buffalo, told the people he was sitting with, "I don't know who we will draft, but it won't be that guy." McKinnon gets the head coaching job with St. Louis, and there was Fly. Fly fit right in to the Spirits of St. Louis and what the team was all about, which was total free spirits, no discipline, talented, but the talent was completely out of control. With Fly lettered on the back of his jersey, and yes, you heard that right, the back of his jersey didn't have his last name, but read Fly. The ABA was so great. He buried acrobatic bombs, dunked from the foul line, and integrated the street ethos to the pro game, and the crowd loved him, albeit a small crowd, but he was still a fan favorite. But Fly's game was pretty sporadic. He'd come off the bench and score 25 points, and the crowd would erupt. There was a game in St. Louis. St. Louis was losing to Kentucky by 12 points in the fourth quarter. And this would be the same Kentucky team that would win the ABA title. Fly came off the bench, scored 20 points, and single-handedly beat Kentucky. Then there were games where Fly would have a wide-open layup from a breakaway, where all he would have to do was lay it up or dunk it. Fly, being the showman he was, he would opt for a 360 layup, get himself turned around, and throw the ball over the backboard. Hubie Brown remembers coaching a game against St. Louis in St. Louis at the old Checker Dome, and Fly got into a fight with one of his own teammates during warm-ups. Hubie said he'd never seen a fight within teammates during warm-ups. When Rod Thorne took over as the Spirits of St. Louis coach for their second year, he told Fly that as far as he was concerned, he was starting with a clean slate. All you have to do is play hard and stay straight and you'll be fine. But when practices started, Thorne noticed that Fly wasn't that good. He was a 6'5" small forward with no upper body strength, indifference to defense, and no ball handling skills to play guard. And played like he was just going through the motions. So Fly was cut. Spirits owner would say that Fly was not the kid whose reputation preceded him. He was not a bad person, and he was one of his daughter's favorite players, and he was always great to the fans. But he also wasn't as good of a basketball player as he was supposed to be. The ABA had many characters, and I find them all fun to collect. Many of them have been forgotten or never heard of, but they have some of the most fun stories to read about. The ABA was just a wild west of basketball, and I can't get enough of the stories of the league. The ABA lasted from 1967 to 1976, but there was no national television contract, no cable deal. Virtually everything known about it comes from word of mouth, almost like it happened centuries ago. I hope you enjoyed your trip to Flyland. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your collection.